Here we are, round 1, game 1. I'm being given the choice to mulligan. I've got the 2 islands, both for the Wall of Frost and the claustrophobia. I've got the 1 forest for the predatory sliver, and hopefully I'll hit a hunt the week at some point. So no, I don't want a mulligan. This is a wonderful hand. Line all these up, and away we go. Alright, here's that black player that we were cutting things from. Messenger Drake, okay. Looks good to me. Start things off with an island and send the turn over to him. Also, if I've never said this before, if you are playing M14, do not play first. If you go over to mtggoldfish.com, let's up right over here, you see that 53.8% of the time, the person on the draw wins. So, don't play. Capuchin Knight, okay. Nothing too scary. There's another Messenger Drake, since I do have 3 of them. So we'll start off with a predatory sliver. If he wants to swing it, I will not block. If he really wants to spend 2 of his mana pumping it up, I'll take 2. Alright, he hits his 3rd land. And a Doomblade. It's kind of a waste of a Doomblade if you ask me, but that's alright. I will lose a predatory sliver and take a damage to weed out a Doomblade any day of the week. Alright, here comes the Knight. No problem. Alright, there's a Time Ebb. So I could Time Ebb if I wanted to. I might if he was stuck on land, but for now I think I'm just going to drop my Wall of Frost. And I could really use some land at this point. I do have 2 removal spells in Claustrophobia and Hunt the Weak. I suppose I could use Hunt the Weak with the Wall of Frost. I prefer to use it on a creature that swings, but if need be, that could happen. Alright, he hits his 4th land drop. Gnawing Zombie. Okay. It's not too bad. Wall of Frost holds those 2 off fairly well. Festering Newt. Alright, that'll be an issue later with the Gnawing Zombie, but right now I don't have anything that it can really hurt. Alright, so let's hope for a land. Essence Scatter. Alright, no such luck. But he doesn't really have an offense since I've got this big Wall of Frost up, so it is going to be easy to sit back on my Essence Scatter. So we'll see what his turn brings. He's down to 1 card in hand, I've got 6, so I'm actually pretty happy about my situation. Alright, he's coming into combat. If he wants to, he can Alpha Strike. Yeah, which it looks like he'll do. That's fine. I suppose I should block the thing that can pump. So I'll block here, and he won't be able to use that next turn, and I'll take 2. So if he attacks with those 2, then I block 1 of them, and then the turn after that he attacks with the other 2, so it goes back and forth. So I'm going to take about a point a turn here. But that's not a clock I'm really worried about. Of course, take those 2 points to begin with, and if he plays another creature that's too small to bother with my Essence Scatter. Boromancer. See, I hate to waste it there, but I am going to do it to use my mana. I'm on the fence about that one. But it helps to keep 2 more damage off, and there's a pretty big difference between a 1 damage per turn clock and a 3 per turn clock. So his hand is empty, he'll be hitting me for 2 next turn. And I've either got a Time Ebb that I could play this turn to just buy myself some more time, or I can just hold up cancel for anything he might play. I think instead of Time Ebbing at this point, I'm going to hold on to it for some value and hold up that cancel as well. If he plays some sort of enchantment on a creature, then I would want to let it go and then Time Ebb on my turn. Whereas if he plays some other threat, then I've got the cancel sitting right here. Alright, so he's short his Capuchin Knight. Suppose between the 2 of these, the thing that I would want to take down is the Gnawing Zombie. If I were to Hunt the Weak with my Wall of Frost, which is great flavor by the way, thinking about the Wall of Frost hunting something down, you know. Watch out, it's a glacier! No! he chomps on it. That's magic for you. Anyway, I could hunt the weak and take down one of these two if I wanted to. The festering newt's not going to do me any harm right now, so it would be a good time to take down the newt, whereas taking this would take out his mana sink, since right now he's got enough to pump it up twice to make it a 3/1 first strike. Nightwing Shade, let's see. I could claustrophobia that, could time a bit, or I could just kill it now. I think I'll deal with it now. There we go, and hopefully I will pick up some land. And if I don't, yeah, there's the Ranger's Guile. Yeah, I'm really stuck. So I could just send up the Knight to make sure that he stalls on his turn, which I think is actually what I'm going to do. So I will use that Time Ebb to Time Walk. Not that I get to do anything particularly interesting on my turn. Then on his turn, this can't untap. This will be held back from the wall, and he'll just spend it playing. So hopefully I can get that extra land, and then I get a runner after that to play out my Messenger Drakes. I don't really want to hunt the weak with my wall. I'd rather do it with a Messenger Drake, if for nothing else, just to make it a 4/4 flyer. And there's quite a bit of difference there between a 4/4 flyer and a 3/3 flyer. Really? He's holding it? Oh no, he's waiting until the second main phase. Okay. Hey, there we go. So if I wanted to, I could Claustrophobia. I think I'll hold that back for a more serious threat. Yeah, right now I'm just going to sit on all of this. I do have a Ranger's Guile up, should he want to Doomblade my Wall of Frost. The one thing that would happen if I was to hunt the weak on my Wall of Frost is that it would then hold back whichever one I didn't kill. Okay, here we go. He'll get me for another 2. That's fine. I'll still be all the way up at 14. Tap down the mana sink. There we go. And does he play out the last card in his hand? Blood Baron. Okay, so far it's been the sack deck without a whole lot of reason to sack other than the -1/-1, so he's got to be holding something back here. Don't know. So, there we go. So I can get out my Messenger Drake now. It's a possibility that I want to hold on that. Let's see. I know I don't want to hunt the weak the Blood Baron, because then he can just sack to get it back. I'm tempted right now to just be really defensive and play Claustrophobia on the Baron. Because if he wants to, he can get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that would only put me at 6, which I would still be okay with, because he can't then just turn around and Drain Life me for 6. So I will actually play the Messenger Drake down first. And then if he happens to have a kill spell for my Wall of Frost, it won't be the end of me on this particular swing. What would be really nice here is if next turn I could hunt the weak on the Messenger Drake and take down, I don't know, maybe the Gnawing Zombie? Alright, let's see, does he get aggressive? He holds it back with the 1 card in hand. Okay. So here we go. If I were to hunt the weak over here, he would sack 1, and then I could respond with Ranger's Guile, so he would have to sack 2. Or he could just sack the 1 Festering Newt. Now if he did sack Festering Newt, and I Ranger's Guile, then that would make it untargetable, so he would have to sack another one. So I could 2 to 3 him if I wanted. Actually, that would be a 3 for 3 with the Hunt the Weak, Ranger's Guile, and the Messenger Drake. So that one's no good. So what are my other options? I could just leave it be and play another Messenger Drake out. And hold back a Ranger's Guile for it. I think that's probably actually best for now. He doesn't have a whole lot of offense. Then I'm worried about taking me down in a single turn. So I can hold on to my 2 removal, play out a little bit more clock, and have something to back it up. There we go. Okay, so now we'll get out the Messenger Drake. And I'm still able to hold up Ranger's Guile. Awesome. Alright, he's got 6 land, 1 card in hand. I don't think any attacks from now. Okay, no attacks. Alright, so 4, 5, 6, 7. Enough for a Hunt the Week and one of my other cards. Hunt the Week doesn't actually change my clock, because if I'm coming in for 6... I may... Yeah. I'm going to hold on both of those for now and send in with both of my Messenger Drakes, because right now I'm hitting for 6, and so that's 6, 12, 18. If I was hitting for 7, it would be 7, 14, and then I would still need that extra swing. So it doesn't increase my clock, so I'm just going to sit here and hold on to all of this. And I know that I'm not using my mana, but the worst thing that he can really do right now is Alpha Strike with everybody, so I can block the Blood Baron. He can get 3 extra points with the Knight, so that would be 4, 5, 6. So he can get me to 6, it taps down one of his creatures. Siege Mastodon, see, he's at 3, 5, huh? Siege Mastodon could do a little bit of damage. Okay, yeah, here he comes for the Alpha Strike. Leaving back the Blood Baron? Okay, no. Blood Baron's coming in. So I will block the one that could potentially do the most damage, and he can get me for 1, 2, 3. If I wanted to, I could Ranger's Guile to pump it up, and he wouldn't be able to take anything down. So I've got a possibility of taking out the Newt, but I still think what is best, especially since he's playing black and he showed me that he's got Doomblade, is to hold up the Ranger's Guile for any possible removal that would take out my Messenger Drakes. Okay, so down to 13 and now 11 after regular damage. Does he have anything left with that one card? Does not appear so. Okay, so I've got a negate, and that's comforting, because any kind of creature that he would have next turn isn't too frightening for me. I'll whack him for 6 now, which would get him down to 5, which would mean I could kill him next turn if it wasn't for the Gnawing Zombie. Although, you know what? I can kill that Gnawing Zombie. I can Hunt the Weak on the Gnawing Zombie, and he can't even sack it in response. Okay, so I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to Hunt the Weak. Let's see, what's the first target? Target creature you control. Okay. So I'll Hunt the Weak over here and take out the Gnawing Zombie. So that takes away his life gain toward the end of the turn. And then I have enough up for both Ranger's Guile and Negate in case he's got any shenanigans. So I can swing in for 7, which will get him down to 4. Then the turn after that, either one of my Messenger Drakes getting through with the Ranger's Guile will be able to kill him. So he can't swing with the Blood Baron on the next turn since it's tapped down. What's he doing with that? Okay, so that hits. Swing with everybody. So he can attack with both of these. I assume that I'd block probably the Mastodon, because if he's spending his mana to pump up there, then he can't win anyway. So block the Mastodon, take 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, and be fine. So anything that he's going to have that's really going to change the board state is going to be dealt with by Negate or Ranger's Guile. Because unless he can draw some sort of magical card that puts 2 flyers in the air, I think I've got this one locked up. Okay, so he's got Charging Griffin, so that will block 1. Unless I choose to Claustrophobia it. Now is he going to sit back? No, he will attack. Okay, so since he played pre-combat, which you should generally avoid doing, it gives me the information to know he's not going to pump. Not that it would have ultimately changed my decision. Now, it's not always wrong to play stuff like that pre-combat. Sometimes just making somebody think that you have made a misplay by playing earlier will give them a false sense of security that you don't have something with your remaining card. Okay, so we've got it here. Only need to get him for 4. He has no source of light gain. So I can either show him that I have claustrophobia or Ranger's Guile. I feel like I am less upset to show him claustrophobia. Especially since it gives me Ranger's Guile as a response if he's going to try to kill one of my creatures, whereas I can't claustrophobia in response. Okay, so I'm going in. I've got Ranger's Guile and Negate back up. He's only got 1 card. Alright, send in the air. There we go. Alright, so we're playing against black-white. I don't remember a lot of times that I was really hoping that I had the Resonator, so I'm going to leave that one on the board. Windstorm I'll leave out, that would only get my own. Let's see, Naturalized. Did he have any artifacts or enchantments that were that good? I don't think he had anything great. He's not blue, so I don't board in the Merfolk Spy. So really the only 2 possible ones would be Cancel and Trollhide. Is there anything in my deck that is worse than another Cancel or a Trollhide? Yeah, I don't think so. I think I'd rather have all these. So I'll keep the Cancel and Trollhide in mind and submit this one and move into game 2. Also, I feel like this is a good example of why I cut these Mark of the Vampires over here. Mark of the Vampire could have changed that game pretty drastically for him. All of his really lame creatures sitting there. Even if they were just, running into the wall a couple of times, they would have at least gained him a couple of life to extend the game a little. Or if he had it on something that could actually swing through, it would have made a real difference.